Yes. It all comes down to having the same offensive line in there for 3 weeks in a row, and now hopefully 4 weeks in a row. So yeah, it's all communication. It's all the experience. Showing up with Cole making the calls, Alex Lasoya right next to him, and then obviously with the emergence of Donovan West over there, and he's been there. He's either been the center or the right guard this whole time, and so you could see they're starting to communicate. It's not taking as long to make calls. We're getting the play snapped quicker, and all of that just helps with the run game.
How does it compare to last year? Because the fourth game against Washington started to get going more, and then Oregon State, had like 300 yards.
Right.
The players are different. So how do you compare?
We had some bigger guys. Like you had Casey Tucker, Quinn Bailey. Both of those guys are, possible NFL players and things like that. So we were big. They were confident. We weren't having to, think about so many things when we game plan. Because we're constantly going, okay, well, no, we better not leave him on an island. We better do this. We better do that, And we didn't have to do any of those things last year. So we were just calling plays and going and playing faster and just letting it ride. And I think that helps out. And like I said a couple weeks ago, we all want to snap our fingers and this thing be completely fixed, and it's not. It's going to be a process. Those guys they're still young. They haven't got any older. They're maybe 2 weeks older, but it's all of a sudden they're not going to start playing like seniors either. So there's still going to be growing pains and things that we have to live with and try to get them better in practice every week, which they've done. And so that's where we're at right now.
The most points you scored this season, 30 so far. And if it came down to it, do you feel like your offense is in a position to keep up with Washington State?
Yes. Yep, I think that our offense is built to be able to do that. Now you're going to leave some people on some islands. You can't protect people when you do that. If you get into a shooting match and you're just dropping back and throwing it, you're going to see the deficiencies at times and things like that. It is what it is, though. You got to do what you got to do. But I feel very comfortable getting in a game like that.
In camp, you said that you felt really good about the tight end. In fact, at that time, better than maybe your other groups, I think, if I remember correctly. So you got Curtis Hodges now starting to get more immersed. What do you think about that?
Yeah, very pleased with Curtis Hodges, and it gives us a lot of flexibility on offense to be just a different personnel grouping team. And we could also give a different presentations to defenses as well, especially with Curtis Hodges, who was a former wide receiver. We're able to do some different things there and give the defenses look, so that it makes us more unpredictable, which makes an offense better.
So do you think that are the targets kind of what you expected there to that group, or as Hodges gets a little more?
Yeah, I'd like for it to increase. And that was one of the things we looked at. In the bye week was tight end production, how we can get more tight end production, what we could do, and so yeah, hopefully we're trying to do that, and a lot we've had those guys in concepts. The ball just may not have found them yet, but they've been out there running the routes. So it's not like there's, we just go 10 personnel and we leave them off on the sideline. They've been out on the field, especially Curtis, and especially Nolan, in situations where they're stand-up wide receivers. The ball just hasn't found them a lot yet.
You guys are headed into a week where they lost their defensive coordinator. How much does that change your game plan, maybe 10 to 2
Yeah, it's a good question, and you don't know. All you can do is guess, and I don't want to overthink it, but it does cross your mind. What happened? Why? What are they going to change? What is the change going to be? And we're not going to know till the game starts. So, but it does lay in the back of your mind a little bit. But there's really nothing you can do to prepare for that because you don't know, and you don't want to just start chasing ghosts and, hey, where did that guy coach at 10 years ago? Let's go look at some film from 1974. I'm not going to do that. You could do that if you wanted to, but we're just, we got to just go with what our game plan was before it happened.
Coach Hodges
Yeah. One of the things we want to do is we looked at every play, obviously, that we ran. We looked at what we did good, where the ball was going, kind of like where does Jaden like to throw the ball? What does he like? What does he stay away from? And, you know, we saw some things watching the film, which allowed us to cut down on some things, take things out that he's not 100% comfortable with. So that helped us out tremendously. We looked at our third downs and the production there and you know, where we were doing pretty good on third downs, what area, and then where were we poor at and how could we improve it. So hopefully, you know, that'll pay off looking at those things. So it was very, very helpful. Just you know, not having the pressure of a game coming up that week where you can come in the office and, you know, sit in here for 12, 14 hours like on a Friday and just relax knowing you're not playing in a game, but just sit down that whole time and do nothing uninterrupted, watch film just over and over and over again and watch the different areas, and you start to see, hey, this is what we struggle with, this is what we're good at, this is what we need to do more of, this is what we need to stay away from. We're not executing that fairly well. So it was a tremendous help. As a matter of fact, I'm glad we even have two of them. I'm looking forward to the next one too, where I could sit down after these next 3 games and do the same thing. Yeah, you know, because they have experience and they know they can do it. It always helps when you've done something before. So when Jordan Porter gets in a game, he's already made that catch. He's already done it. You know, another thing that it does when you spread the wealth around with your receivers is when they get out to practice, it's not, you know, they practice harder because they know, hey, man, I caught a ball in the last game. I have a shot at catching some balls in this next game. It's not like, yeah, I'm the second team guy. I'm never going to play. Coach is just putting me in here because the other guy's tired. You know, and so it's a totally different mindset. It brings more juice to practice, more excitement for those guys. And then when you have more excitement, more juice, everybody, it's just an effect that just takes place and you get better and better. And that's why I like to play a lot of guys at wide receiver. He's really special in that area. He frustrates me a little bit because he's only 18 years old, and so he does 18-year-old things, you know what I mean? Him and my whole room, you know, these guys at HBO, they were in there today. They can't quit giggling at the television cameras. I'm like, come on, guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, they think it's funny, like they're just kids, you know. But one thing he's able to do, he sees the field like a seasoned veteran. It's just very unique. So he's able to multitask too. He's able to listen to me while I'm talking, and he's looking at the field and he's looking around, and he's able to do all of those things. So he's kind of way ahead of the game in that area. You know, and as this weekend I sat down and I watched a lot of football, you know, and I watched a lot of young quarterbacks, and I watched a lot of stuff, and I was like, I'm glad we got this guy. I'll say that.
You think that his comfort in the pocket, just his willingness to try to find receivers, is going to pay a lot of dividends over time?
Yes, absolutely. And that was one of the things that we really liked about him. You know, when you see a quarterback and he's labeled, you know, a guy that's a athlete / dual threat, whatever, you know, they give those titles. You worry a little bit. Is this guy going to learn to be a pocket passer? But he already was a pocket passer that just happens to be very athletic and can run. All right, and so and that's what we saw all through camp. And like you guys asked me, hey, what do you expect tomorrow or the next day in the game? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from him with his feet, because he doesn't do that in practice, because he stays in the pocket in practice. He stays in the pocket longer than you want him to, because he's a pocket passer. That's what he wants. That's what who he is. And then once it breaks down, he has a great feel of it. He has a clock in his head, which is something that Jared Goff had. Jared might not have scrambled when the clock went off. Jared got rid of the ball, all right? But Jaden, you know, when that clock goes off, he finds a place and then he takes off running. And so that's what he brings to the table, and that's what makes him really dangerous.
Is it easier than somebody who's got to coach to stay in the
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's almost impossible to go the other way around. Yeah, you're not taking a I don't think so. You're not taking a dual threat guy and teaching him how to be a pocket passer, because once they start just drop back and then run, man, is that hard to get them out of. That's really hard to get them out of, and he's not like that at all.
And what's the status and role of Isaiah Floyd and his role on this team?
Yeah, you have to talk to Coach Herm about that. He's on personal deal